Mga pagduda, mga kabalaka, o mga chismis. Kinahanglan ng pagtuki, pagsusi, ug pagsuta.
Mayong adlaw mga kasubog, welcome dinhi sa pagtuki, pagsusi ug pagsuta. Karong adlaw atong tukion, atong sutaon ug atong susihon ang usa sa mga init nga mga issues sa dakbayan sa Subo, ang Metro Cebu Water District. Atong ikauban ron ang bag-ong natudlo ug nihurar na sa iyang katungdanan isip chairman sa board sa Metro Cebu Water District. Siya usa ka kanhisakop sa Philippine Military Academy, usa ka retired general sa Philippine Army. During his stint in the Philippine Army, doon na siya daghan nga mga units nga giduma. Usa na niini ang usa ka brigada nga gideploy ngadto sa Maguindanao province atol ni sa Mama Sapano incident kung nakahinumdum pa mo niadto mga sakop sa special sa SAF. So, Special Action Force sa ato ang kapulisan nga nakainkwentro sa mga terorista dito sa Maguindanao in January 25 of 2015. Nahimo sab siya nga Assistant Chief of Staff sa Civil Military Operations. He was the 2010 awardee sa the Outstanding Filipino Soldier or TOPS. He has 2 master's degrees, Masters in Business Administration and Masters in Public Administration. Sa iyahang pagretiro sa katungdanan, he joined the United Nations Development Program as Senior Advisor on Preventing Violent Extremism Policy in 2018 and 2019. Nahimo sab siya nga Deputy Chief Implementer sa IATF dinhi sa Kabisayan in 2020 and 2021. He was the National Program Officer of the United Nations Officer of the Counter-Terrorism in 2021 to 2023. And nitabang sab siya sa mga nagkalain-lain nga mga local government units sa pagtukod sa ilahang mga emergency operations centers o pagtukod sa mga sistema o proseso alang sa pag-mitigate sa pagkuyanap sa COVID-19. And he was conferred as the adoptive son of Cebu, Bacolod, and Pagadian cities. Og na lambigit sab siya sa pag-umol o pagpanday sa Peace and Order Team Manual to counter the ideological, political, and organizational works of the CPP-NPA, National Action Plan on Preventing and Countering Violent Extremism, crafted the Emergency Operations Center for COVID-19 Manual, crafted the Visayas COVID-19 Vaccination Manual, o karong bag-o napili og nihurar na nga chairman sa board of Metro Cebu Water District. At the same time, gitudlo sab siya ni Cebu City Mayor Mike Rama nga Chief Executive Implementer of the Task Force Gubat sa Baha. Mga kasubo, Major General Mel Feliciano. May buntag, sir.
May buntag sa atong anchor person, Ms. Vilma Andales. And also, thank you for that very
comprehensive
introduction. No? Ug mayong buntag pod sa atong tigpaminaw sa Sugbuanon Channel.
Kinahanglan ang komprehensibo nga pagpaila ni General Feliciano, mga kasugbo, tungod kay daghan sigurong mga kilay unya ang muiknat nganong gitudlo siya ni Cebu City Mayor Mike Rama karon nga chairman sa board of directors sa MCWD. Apan sa dili pa ta maghisgot sa MCWD, kinahanglan atong ila-ilahon una kinsa ba gyud ni si General Feliciano, unsa may iyahang kapasidad nga hatagan siya ining mga bugat nga mga responsibilidad, ilabi na dinhi sa dakbayan sa Subo. So una sa tanan, General Feliciano, can you please let us know kinsa ba si Mel Feliciano alang sa mga taga Kasugbo, sa ato ang mga katagi dakbayan sa Subo, gustong mahibaw kinsa man gyud ni si Mel Feliciano?
Well, ako no, I was born in Pampanga. Dito ko na-raise from elementary to high school until such time nga nisuod ko sa Philippine Military Academy. Okay. So upon graduation, I was posted in the different islands of the Philippines, no? Luzon, Visayas, ug Mindanao. So sa Mindanao, actually 1/3 of my career, which is 12 years, no? Of the 36 years spent in Mindanao.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the last command that I commanded there was the brigade during the Mama Sapano incident, as mentioned by our anchor person. Diri sa Visayas, na-deploy ko diri og 6 years. No? 2000 until 2004, then I came back 2009 up to 2011. And the rest of my assignments, which is 18 years including PMA, na nasa Luzon assignments.
Nindot man kay kapaminawon sa imuhang binisaya, General. So naanad na. Gikuyon bitaw ko ganina, General, honestly lang kay gahi ra ba kay ko og Tagalog. So salamat na lang kay makasabot ka og binisaya.
Yeah. Murag na anad-anad na aning binisaya ang istorya.
Okay. Pero sir, asa man ka naka-base karon?
Well, I have a residence in Mandaue City. And so banda ko, I was there since 2000. So, or 1999. So, almost 24 years na diri sa Cebu. My family lives there. In fact, ang akong mga bata, they were all schooled in Cebu.
Okay.
Elementary,
Dugay-dugay na po.
elementary, high school, at karon na pa ko'y college. So, diri po sa Cebu nag-eskwela gihapon. And I also have a residence in here sa the Alcobs, Ayala Center. Ayala Center diya sa Hipodromo. Barangay Hipodromo. So, napot ko yung residence din.
Okay. Kisay mo mga kabatch, sir, sa PMA?
Well, ang known nga kabatch nga that are holding sensitive positions, usa na ni si Secretary Carlito Galvez of the Office of the Peace Advisor on Reconciliation and Unity. Siya may secretary din ha. Previously, ang secretary sa DSWD, si Secretary Rolly Bautista, ako po ng classmate.
Okay.
O kanang noon lang dire, kanang ang nag-BISCOM commander sa una, si General Clement. Ako po ng classmate. O naging RD po dire sa PNP. Si Bob Kineri, General Kineri, ako po ng classmate.
So, na-serve you ka sa imong full term as kanang sakop sa PMA?
Yes. Na human gyud na ako ang akong term as required, retiring at 56 years old.
So, ang imong last assignment, sir, when you became a full colonel, unya, nakaangkon ka sa imong 1-star brigadier general, then 2-star major general. Ang imuhang last assignment was in Mama Sapano, right? No.
I was a colonel then in Mama Sapano.
Okay.
Then I was promoted to 1-star general. Then I was posted in the 5th Infantry Division. Dito na covering the northern portion of Luzon. Then after that, na ako sa General Headquarters sa Quezon City, where I serve as the Assistant Chief of Staff for Civil Military Operations ng Armed Forces. Kami mo yung mga program services of the Armed Forces. Kami mo yung nag-manage sana sa mga all the units under anang CMO.
Okay. Ang kanang mga mo graduate kuno sa PMA General Mel, di ba automatic man na nga mahimong lieutenant ba
Yeah,
sir?
after graduation, you are second lieutenant. Then there is this number of years that you are promoted to the next higher rank.
So unsa bay mga qualifications o mga gikinahanglan para ang usa ka lieutenant paspas sa iyahang promotion until you reach the pila man na 4-star ba ang general?
Yeah, 4-star, the chief of staff. When I say, in every step, let's say second lieutenant to first lieutenant, there are positions that you should be occupying, and naapod na siya mga related mga courses that you should be taking. Dili ka pwede mo jump diha nga wala kay ingon ani.
Okay.
Nga course. So there
So
are
further
different
studies.
courses up to you become general. So nanay mga different courses nga among gitawag na career courses ug mga specialized courses.
Okay. So ang imuha aside from the masters nimo in business and public administration, did you still have any other further studies?
Yeah, sa within the army na may kuha na daghan og mga career courses, no. Long lieutenant, second lieutenant, you have to have the basic course. Kunya ma-promote na pud kag captain, the advanced course, kunya the general staff course to be a colonel, and there are other specializations like the scout ranger, no. I also graduated as a scout ranger, no, from orientation to regular course. Pero ang akong mga assignments previously in my early careers are intelligence. I was in the intelligence, so I have this special courses in the intelligence. Ganyan, nakapag-schooling po ko abroad sa intelligence sa Australia. So these are some of the special courses nga ma-offer sa within your career.
Tinood na general nga kung i-assign ka like kani nga mga units sa intelligence for example, ang inyong promotion will be kuan kanang faster kay kaning ibutang kag intelligence dili man kuno na basta-basta nga mga graduates sa PMA. So mao ba na ang stepping stone para paspas ang promotion?
Well, actually, sa basis, main basis sa promotion is actually a position has a corresponding rank. So kung mabutang ka diha, ma-promote na ka.
Okay.
So, of course, ang number one basis there is the career reputation. If you're doing good, if you have, other classmates or whoever na nag-compete aning position, if you're doing good, if you are the one selected, you get promoted. Ano na siya?
Okay. Okay. Sir Arita, during the pandemic, ikaw maoy gihatagan sa lead role para sa IATF. Unsa ba inyong mga unsa ba imuhang mga nahimo? This was during your retirement na, di ba?
Yeah.
The IATF. Unsa may imuhang mga nahimo after your retirement?
Well, after my retirement, kung nato ng pandemic, no? Ang nauna is I was with nag-offer ang United Nations. This is a New York base, yung United Nations on development program. So nag-offer siya og job, no? As the senior advisor on the policy on prevention of the violent extremism. So I joined the UNDP, no? Ang akong contract na sa New York. So I served UNDP first. Now, during the pandemic, while waiting for the renewal of the contract, gitawagan ko ni Secretary Galvez, my classmate, sabi niya, if I could help him, the IATF here in the Visayas, sabi, yeah, while waiting, why not? So we volunteered. Actually, ikaw ba na akong wife? Doon kami nag-volunteer dire. Full-time na volunteer. Kaya akong wife, nurse man. 25 years siya sa US. So pag retire na ako, nag-retire po siya. So doon kami nagtabang sa IATF dire. Initially, gipadami sa Cebu. Kay Cebu, mama ng epicenter ato sa crisis. So we were here for 2 months, actually, exactly 2 months. Nakuha gyud siya, na-establish sa mga systems and processes to mitigate the spread until sa nag-normalize ang Cebu. Then again, yung Bacolod na pod, nag-epicenter na pod, na declared no, in the Visayas. So we were again sent there in Bacolod City. The same period na 2 months namin dito. Ang i-replicate lang namon ang gihim mo rin sa Cebu, mas dali na siya dito. Then na okay na pod ang Bacolod, ang Pagadian na pod, Pagadian City.
Okay.
Kuha na pod ang ilang cases dito, gipadaan na pod mi dito. So we were there until we ended up in Davao City. So balik namin sa Manila. After that, naka-spend namin 2 to 3 days sa Manila. But New Year, may alarm na po dahil Cebu City. So nibalik may dire kay alarming naman. So we help again Cebu City plus the different LGUs here. Until such time, normalized na po, here comes the vaccination program of the government. So it was extended as I was the head of the Visayas Vaccination Operation Center here, so covering the Visayas. And specifically, ang among focus ato is the Metro Cebu plus other LGUs in Cebu. So, ang among kwan, it's in total, nahimo siya og 2 years na voluntary work sa
Yeah, oo. Sir, katong pandemic was kuan gyud do kanang why nakapangandam adto bag-o gyud kayo to siya nga ang tanan ba pulos nagpanghadlok. You volunteered. Considering that you have the military background, did you find it difficult, sir, to control, especially the kanang apprehension sa mga tao? Giingnan ang mga Subuano ni kanhi Presidente Duterte nga gahig ang taga Subo. You were here during that incident. How did you manage nga ang mga tao mopatuo ug makontrol?
Well, wherever you are, no, even if you are in the military or you're in a private sector or corporate world or in the government, ang number one virtue that you should have is the leadership. Because actually, kana mga processes din I did not know COVID at that time.
Yes.
In fact, the first time I sat down with the Emergency Operation Center of Cebu City, na naadiha ang mga cluster heads, mga puro doctors na, no? Sila may mga experts sa medical. Ako silang giingnan, my only knowledge with COVID-19 is Dr. Google. But we should learn this the same time, no? Bisa na mga kanana. So, it's actually the leadership. Ang key sa maging successful ang usa ka program is actually influencing or even changing the behavior of the people there in the EOC, everybody involved, and also specifically sa ground.
Oh, yes.
Then sa community, sa barangay level. Na siya. In fact, I was mentioning after probably a month na naglingkod mi dito, kay paglingkod na kinsa maning general aning naglingkod-lingkod diri nga ba, I did not know anybody there.
Yes.
It's nung nakita na ako tong after a month, there was this established harmony sa among trabaho. But pasabot, everyone is interested to go there 8 a.m. Okay na sila. So, ako na, this is the gates now that we will be successful in what we will be doing. So, it's the behavior, ang focus na mo. All the other nitty-gritties, all the systems and processes, matun-anaw na mo diha in the actual implementation.
How about, sir, the grassroots behavior?
Daghan pod na. I involve actually the leadership sa mga barangay officials nato. Of course, with the leadership of initially late Mayor Labella, then Mayor Rama, with their leadership, nakuha gyud namo na-reach out namo, and we were able to rally them to be with us in those undertakings. Mao nang successful na siya.
But eventually nahumok ra ang kagahi sa sa mga tao.
Bitaw, no? Pero na po na yung mga gitawag nga carrots and stick, but we do not. napod na tayo usahay na mas cause order sa DILG until such time everyone became a team, part of the team sa among undertakings tanan.
So lately, karon General, gi-appoint ka ni Mayor Mike Rama as the new chairman sa MCWD board. At first, sir, how did you take that offer gikan ni Mayor Rama?
Well, actually, again, it's a service. Labi na water, ingon gani, water is life. So it's a very important, one of the basic needs of everyone. So it's again a service for the ones or the clients or consumers of MCWD, and probably later on, kung gani, how it could be extended in this particularly katong mga marginalized communities, no, mga wala pa'y tubig. So I took it as a challenge, and again serve for those consumers.
Dili ni alien para nimo, General, nga murag tubig gikan kas kanang mga gahi kay paggubatan, COVID-19, karon tubig.
Alien lagi hapon murag COVID. But before accepting it, I have this initiative to study it. There are actually studies on this. So at least na ako'y idea on how to do it. No, there were so many recommendations, good recommendation, how to provide water, affordable and continuous clean water. Ano siya on how, and also what is important is how to protect also the water.
Yes, oo.
Karang surface and groundwater. So nabasahan na ako na kung saan may mga alternatives to increase the supply of water that are considered cost effective.
So I'm pretty sure nga nakaibaw na kag unsa ngano gani nga naa ka dinha sa posisyon. Ang background nganong nabutang ka, and the other two members, bag-o nga mga members dinha sa MCWD.
Yeah, mga akong barabang members, tulo ka lawyers.
Yes.
So, problema sa mga probably legal matters later on. Ganyan, usa ka businessman ako. So, okay naman mi ang among kwan. Initially, we have these initial meetings, acquaintances. In fact, ang 1, 2, 3, ang tulo, wala ko kaila before. Except for the other one, Nelson Uballas. We were friends a long time ago. But we got acquainted already, and we're talking of the same, murag the same tune na siya.
Okay. So how was your first meeting with the other officials sa MCWD?
Well, ang purpose sa meeting na mo ato is to elect the officers. No, and at the same time, we discuss some resolutions that are needed initially for MCW. So it's just like with that authority given by Mayor Rama, so we just like perform the usual functions of having meetings, no, at least twice or up to 4 times a month. So that's part of the usual function of MCW or the board of directors.
Pero ngano ni dawat ka, sir, aning kwan katungdanan?
Well, I see it really, it's very important to to be part of it. Like what I have said, it's a noble undertaking na ma-extend, no, or ma-provide ang one of the basic needs na sa katawhan, no, and even in the economy, it will help a lot. So it's a very challenging one that I want to embark to. Okay, sige, bantag mangitag challenge siguro.
Yeah. Naanad na ka ani.
Yeah, kung natay mga makuha accomplishment, mauna na ang atong murag compensation nato on our own. Murag na ang atong views sa usa ka trabaho.
You've said, sir, nga imuha na ning natun-an with your leadership, unsa kahay mga una nimong buhaton ug unsa may mga nakita nimo nga labing importanteng issue nga dapat unahon sa pag-attend ninyo nga mga sakop sa board?
Well, there are programs to increase the production of water, no? Water supply, because on a daily basis the demand is increasing, and at the same time the supply becomes scarce. No, so what are now the measures to at least have a plan, a strategic plan, for the short term, medium term, and long term? Kana na siya, especially the short term. What plans for the next 5 years are to be implemented, or are the current programs i-evaluate pa na that are now there being implemented, na achieve gyud ba ang purpose ana ang goals nila when it was conceptualized ana na siya. So we'll be having all this, we will be studying the different programs and programs that are on the pipeline also, so that they could be considered on the general strategic plan of the medium or even long term. Ang long term money, it's about 30 years from now. 30 years from now, sufficient ba? Natay sufficient water? Considering the increase on the demand and everything, na siya. And also, one thing what is important is how to protect the water, the surface, and the groundwater, because currently nata sa murag critical nga condition karon nga there's this penetration of salt water,
Yes.
and there is this contamination of the surface and groundwater. Murag wala daghan o wala mag-comply katong especially for business establishment or facility. When you throw wastewater, it should be qualified doon sa water nga pwede nimong i-dispose din so sa karon, in fact, when ni tuyok mi anang sa gubat sa baha, we check the mga rivers, natay mga settlers din na sa easement. Now you can see when the human waste is directly
Yes,
disposed
diretso
there.
na sa tubig.
So sa may mahitabuan na, kung paano na siya mada and everything, naman tayo mga aquifer diya nga mo store of water ba na diya ta mag-extract.
Ma-contaminate.
So later on it will be costlier to extract and treat the contaminated water, and it will be less affordable na sa atong mga consumers. So these are the things that we should be protecting the water, we should be protecting the source and the upstream. Kaya naman tayo mga watershed areas diha nga there are incursions of mga settlers, may mga developments, and we'll be looking into that also in partnership with DNR and LGU. Then of course, how to preserve the watershed, probably by having programs on tree planting, something like that. So those are the very important things to undertake.
But the way I understood, General, ang MCWD, ang iyahang main responsibility is to distribute water, not to produce water.
Yes, it's right.
So, pasabta ko na miana, General, how asa man mo kuha ang MCWD og tubig to distribute og unsaon man na niya sa pagpamaagi?
Well, actually, I haven't sat dito sa management sa MCWD.
Okay.
Then wala pa pud ko nakakuha sa mga programs nila dito. But basically, when you extract, then you distribute, or if there are, actually desalination is one of the recommended programs also. You just be buying, I believe, I'll just be buying from that company and distribute. It's not an MCWD business, but you should be taking and distribute it to the consumers. The same thing with those other sources. NCWD is the one distributing it, something like that.
And
But I will get into the details of
Yes,
that.
yes,
Karon I cannot really explain it the way it should be, probably.
pero kani karong current setup, General, wala ba'y kalibog karon, ni-assume na ka, ni-take na kasi mong oath, yet the other chairman sa board naagihapon din nagpabilin. How are you going to function if napaghihapon din ang usa nga ni angkon paghihapon sa iyahang posisyon?
Well, my basis is the appointment order of the mayor. As a precedence previously with late Mayor Labella, these members also were appointed by him. And as I heard and as I knew, the mayor has the authority to appoint the board of directors. So when I got the appointment, since I'm a soldier and a good follower, I will just be doing what is in that appointment, the functions of that. Also with my two co-appointees also, ana ang among kwan. So if there are legal matters that should be addressed, I think it's not more of me or my colleagues there, but it's more on the city legal office.
Yes,
And I believe they are doing something about it, so they'll be the one, if there's a concern with the LUA, so they'll be the one to, communicating, engaging sa yung LUA. So the whole process is being undertaken by the city legal office.
So in spite of kay kuan pa man gyud na hangtod karon, I would say vague kay defy ang PICAS party sa order ni Mayor Rama for them to vacate, and here he is appointing you and the other two to assume the vacant positions nga iyahang gi-dismiss. So in spite of the legal kining uncertainty, will you continue o di ba mo magpa-apektar sa inyong pag-function as given that mandate pag-serbisyo ngadto sa MCWD?
Well, as I have said, my basis for our function there as the new board of directors is the appointment order of Mayor Rama. So what we'll be doing is we'll comply with that, and we'll be doing our usual function of the board of directors of MCWD, and hopefully, I'm a person that I don't want any confrontational.
Yes.
I don't adopt that approach. Hopefully, the city legal office and all board members, sila din they can come up with, or they could address the legal matters, if it's impediment or what. But hopefully sooner they can address that. But we will continue to function because, as I have said, we were appointed and we were given that mandate to function as the BO Board of Directors of MCWD.
Usa sa mga rason nga gihimo sa PICAS was gipulihan sila sa ilahang pwesto tungod kay ang tinuod gud kuno nga katuyuan ni Mayor Rama is to privatize MCWD. Unya ibaligya na ang company ngadto ni kanhi Senador Manny Villar. Did you talk it out with the mayor on this regard, sir?
I haven't heard that from Mayor Rama. No, and in fairness.
So when he offered the position to you, unsa man gyud gisulti ni Mayor Rama nga nimo?
Well, just to take the leadership of the board of directors of MCWD, but we did not discuss that. In fact, I just heard it from you.
Okay.
Na privatization. And probably during my term also, I will not agree with that.
So ikaw mismo dili ka uyon sa privatization?
Dili kay but as long as properly managed ang MCWD, I think it can give better services to our constituents, no. Kanang privatization, it's not there that we have discussed. Karon lang na ako nadungog.
Okay. Pero ang iyon nila, sir, naiuban ba, considering kuno with the bureaucracy sa gobyerno, mas efficient ang private entity to manage if we want to have a better service, efficient service ngadto sa mga tao, and water is one of the nga kinahanglang naay paspas nga panerbisyo, mas maayo ang privatization kaysa ang gobyerno maoy mo padangat. I mean, the concept of privatization, are you open to it?
Well, actually, na-efficient sila kay lahi man ang sa management sa private o sa government. Kabalo na ta sa government na kung dili nimo maximize gyud ang ilang mga services or ilang mga functions din na mag-deteriorate ang performance.
Yes.
And even mag-deteriorate ang performance, di man mo sila mawala pud kay naaran sila daw. But in the private sector, no, kung dili ka mo perform, mahawa ka.
Oh.
But of course, we will not be doing that. But mao nang kinahanglan gyud ang proper management and leadership. Kay kung ma-perform gyud ang mga tagsa-tagsa nga mga officers or mga staff diha, it could provide a better and probably and surely a cheaper, more affordable water.
Considering sa imong background, General, ang mga military is kuan siya, kana bang straightforward, unya kun mo impose og mga kuan siguro sanctions, kinahanglan nga kanang kuan ka, tutok ra gyud ka, dili na ka mohatag og consideration. Pwede ba na nimong i-apply nganha sa MCWD kung dunay maggahay-gahay sa piti dayon?
Dili man. Considerate man tana. Probably they are having that kind of behavior of attitude. Probably napod na kuan sa kanang leadership nila sa mga heads nila.
Yes.
So everybody should toe the line. No? Kung toe the line ang pinaka-head, no, and it will be cascaded down the line there. I don't think you will see that kind of behavior sa ilang mga or attitude with their works.
Kano sa magyud mo hingpit nga makasugod? Last week na nibisita lang mo just to meet and greet siguro. So when can the new board finally work?
Well, actually dito sa function sa board, the board has to have a meeting twice up to 4 times a month. So we will abide with that.
Okay, twice to 4 times. So mahimong weekly.
As I
in a
have
month.
learned or heard from my colleague who are already there as board of directors.
So ikaw is bagong chairman sa board sa MCWD, General Feliciano. Unsay imuhang assurance nga mahatag, especially sa mga konsumidor sa tubig, considering nga dinhi sa Subo daghan gyud kayo ang reklamo sa kanihit sa supply sa tubig, kanang irasyon ang tubig na ay specific time kanos sila pwede nga makakuha og tubig, and nagkamahal ang tubig. So tubig sa masigingon ni Mayor Rama is life. Unsay assurance nga imuhang mahatag ngadto sa mga konsumidor sa tubig with your new leadership?
Well, kanang immediate, no, kung naay mga areas karon nga lacking of water, unya na schedule sa ilahang mga supply of water. Tanaw na to, no? Di mo pud na immediate. But we are looking into priorities sa mga short-term programs on how to make the supply available continuously. Then probably later, if we can extend kung ganyan to other areas, especially kana mga marginalized communities, mao na ang mahimo nag-priority. We will do that. So we will be looking on the existing programs kung mga na-implement na karon, if they are working or they're maximizing the result as conceptualized, as planned. So we will be checking on that and other measures pareha ng kanang pilferage of water, non-water revenue na dako kayo, as I have learned. It's 30% is being wasted. So we will be looking into that also. If we can save that, dako na kayo,
Unsa na nga wastage, sir?
kanang mga water bitaw nga wala during the distribution. It could be a leaking of pipes, pilferage, or whatever. We will,
Nga as of now, I mean sa inyong gipulihan murag taken for granted? Wala hatagi og tukma nga action?
Murag dugay na nga problema. Ambot lang, as of now, it's at 30%. So we look into that, kung what measures could be done para ma-reduce hinay. And that is water for dako kaya nag-volume na katong mga probably kanang mga walay tubig. They could have this continuous
Yes,
supply.
dako kayo na ang 30% nga wastage, General Feliciano, kung ang previous nga administration nagpasagad ana, dako na siya nga tulubago, no? Dako na nila nga kanabang i-explain ngadto sa publiko. So will that be one of the priorities nga inyong tanawon?
Yeah, tanaw naman na. Probably it's beyond pa sa ilang term, ana siya. Kay, because ang kuan karon ang mga pipes, as I have heard na,
Mga daan.
30 years, kuan na sila, so they need to be replaced. So these are some of the factors, no? Now, if they are limited to do that, hindi man mo pud ma-blame nila. But
Totally nga ma-blame sa ilaha.
Hindi mo ma-blame kung walay ko no. So, amo sang tanawon, I don't know the details yet, but usa na sa program among i-prioritize.
Okay. So sir, mo shift ko sa lain nga topic after that MCWD. Ikaw maoy chief implementer sa task force gubat sa baha, and somehow related gihapon dunay connection sa tubig. Karon nagsugod na sa pag-epekto ang mild nga El Nino. Kaning task force gubat sa baha nga sige ta og panglimpyo sa kasapaan, gidredge, maka sinati ta for a period of time nga murag wala na pag-uwan-uwan, so dili ta maka-experience na siguro og pagbaha-baha. Ipadayon ba kining mga initiative nga gisugdan karon sa Cebu City sa panglimpyo aning ato ang mga kasapaan, and unsa pay lain nga mahimo sa dakbayan sa Subo to really achieve that Singapore like aspiration nga dili na bahaon ang syudad?
Well, actually, mitigating flooding in Metro Cebu, no, more specifically in Cebu, is not a short-term program.
Yes.
In fact, it's also a short-term, medium-term, and long-term. Short-term is 5 years, 10 years up to. There's also a study on that. I have read it also. I have learned it. Kanang mga gihimo karon, mga actions to mitigate flooding. Specifically, I was involved diha sa flooding diha sa Paradise Village, no.
Naka-experience ka rin.
Bisan wala pa ko ma-appoint, nitabang ra ko diha.
Oo.
So nawala gyud, even nagulan-ulan na, but these are just palliative approaches. Dili ni sila ang kwan. What is supposedly done is at the macro level ni siya. And to look at approaches na, number one is infra. Of course, we have to improve the drainages at saka yung mga pathways ng water. Ikaduha is there are policies that should be implemented, like kanabitaw controlling the source ng water. Actually, ang number one diha na approach is how to control the source. Now, the source, where is the source coming? When it rains, ang rain nato, in just a matter, because we have this I just forgot the figure, how many mm ang usa ka rain, 30 minutes lang
Baha dayon.
ma-experience na. It's only up to duration of 30 minutes, taas na ng 45 minutes. So mao na ang maghatag og baha. So asa man nagikan ang source? Ang source gikan sa upstream ug sa downstream. Now on the upstream, unsa may mga mitigating measures sana to control the runoff, mga runoff waters from the upstream. So actually in the study, there are already identified sites as impounding areas. Mga dagko ni sila, mga 8-12 hectares in the upstream that impound ang mga runoff water. So that's one of the things that is being considered. Now if that's being implemented, of course, sa low-lying areas na na control sa water, and this ang Cebu City has already the policy on this, that every establishment na sila kinanglan na kay cistern.
Yes.
No, so initially, that's one ang mga balay, na sila yung measurement on how many square meters is your roofing, ana na siya. So, kana siya, na kay gamay nga cisterns din na initially makuha ang tubig niya, magamit pa nimo. No? And it is complementary sa kwan ni MCWD. Why? You are reducing the consumption of
Water.
of the communities. So mugamay ang imong kuan
Yes.
na siya. So ana na siya, plus the mga big establishments kinahanglan napod na sila cistern. Plus later on, one of the approaches also is open yung mga cemented parks, something
Yes.
like that, para na penetration ng
Ma-absorb
rainwater
ang tubig.
down, and this will help to prevent the infiltration of the salt water. So ano na sila ang kwan. So we will have planning on that also. Diha sa task force gubat sa baha.
And usa sa mga nakita gyud nga kining causes sa pagbaha general mao ning mga dagko nga mga establishmento nga ni tabon sa or ni bara sa agianan sa tubig. So daghan ang mga especially katong mga gagmay ra in taon moingon nga kami may giuna kaning mga dagko nga mga kompanya, dagko nga mga establishments wa pa man gini nilihok gahi pa man kayo nga mo guba sa ilahang mga structures. Although ang syudad sa Subo wala nagpabaya og wa ni pasagdi ang kaning mga informal settlers na ana ni sila'y mga relocation sites nga ilahang kabalhinan, pero kining dagko nga mga establishments kay pwede man ni silang naaman ni sila kakayahan sa pagsukol sa gobyerno. So unsaon kaha from your end nga dunay kuan ba kaning compromise o na win-win solution between the city government and these big businesses nga mutuman sila sa awhag sa syudad sa pangguba na sa ilang mga structures nga ni-encroach dinha sa 3-meter easement sa ato ang kasapaan.
Well, actually, usa na sa importanteng action, no? Pero as far as the informal settlers are concerned, especially those that are on the easement, yan ang uban na yun na napatong sa sa suba. No? Wala kaayo action diha tungod sa di pa available ang relocation facility. No? Hindi man mo sila demolish or dislodge din na without offering a relocation. But there is a program on that. Accordingly, kay wala pa man ko ni sit down diha, next week pa ako mo sit down, by first quarter of next year, ma-available na sila.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh, yes.
so we can start now, engaging them and relocating them somewhere. Now, as far as the mga buildings, ganimi ato, namin ng mga nakita nga mga buildings, ni kuan gyud ni tabunan ang mga creeks, ang mga rivers or mga tributaries na sila. So we will start on them. We will be talking to them what will be the win-win solution to that. Kung naa naman gyud ng building diha, di man nimo na magawa gyud tanan basin katulang space nga kinahanglan to be on that. And ang kagwapuan na probably later on kung mahimo ang easement din na and ma-develop siya nga magwapo, makahatag pa ng favor sa ilang businesses din na.
Yes.
So,
mapanindot.
Ang mga tao makuha sila diha, maka-access sila na. So these are the things. So initially siguro ang akong kwan diha is to talk to these business establishments that are affected itong atong mga or that occupied ang mga pathways nga na mga water pathways.
So you will be meeting with them.
Yeah, I'll be meeting with them.
Okay. Sir, sa laing bahin, considering sa imuhang background sa military, naka sa intelligence and kasi nati yung pangguban. Sir, at palahi ta sir, anita sa kanibang kalibutanon nga hulga sa Kalinaw, somehow dili man ta siguro ma-alienated niini bisan sa kagamay sa Pilipinas, but to some extent kung mag-escalate kining kagubot, like say for example dinha sa Gaza ug sa Israel, sa Ukraine ug Russia, and naagid ay threat sa South China Sea sa ato ang pag-angkon sab og sovereignty dinha sa Spratly Islands. Unsa kahay doon na ba'y posibilidad nga simbako maangin ta or matip-tapsingan ta aning kagubot, kalibutanong kagubot, and how could we possibly defend ourselves?
Well, actually, wherever is the conflict, anywhere in the world, we are always affected. Just like what is happening now in Ukraine and recently in the Gaza area. Sa Ukraine, ang number one effect na to diha is nitaas ang mga commodities through the increase in fuel. So
Yes.
affected na natanan. No, plus the distribution of different goods and services. Likewise also in the Hamas, affected na puta diha. Now, as far as the West Philippine Sea is concerned, dugay naman na ang atong murag conflict sa China na because of the China policy. Naindas karon nahimo na nag 10 das rule na siya, na appeal na ng West Philippine Sea, and we've been hearing some of the what we call the maneuverings or consider para murag atrocities na naghimo sa mga Chinese vessels na with our Coast Guard vessels and other fisher folks na nagkundiya. But I think China is ready for that. And also recently, the United States, President Biden himself mentioned that any atrocity that the China government will inflict, with our Philippine Coast Guard or other entities there, is already considered as part of the Mutual Defense Treaty.
Yes.
So the U.S. is mandated to help the Philippine government on how to address or counter that those we call the illegitimate actions of the Chinese. No, ano na sila. So I think that would be a good deterrence already for the Chinese to behave in the West Philippine Sea area.
Deterrent ba gyud ka ha? Murag bully man gyud kayo ang China general.
Yeah, but of course, if something happen, mukamin ang U.S. Armed Forces, so it will. I'm sure it will deter China from doing such things.
We're not asking for any violent answer ba, and even war. Pero is there a need, especially sa ato ang mga batanon karon, to be active and to be to be ready just in any case kung mahitabo na siya? What I mean is, kinahanglan ba sa pagkakaroon ang mga batanon nga ma-involved na into military training?
Well, actually, our youth, even not in time of war, I think the Citizen Army Training or the ROTC give, are part of, making our youth to be disciplined and to have this patriotism to our government. It's everyone's responsibility to be patriotic to our government, no. Kana bitaw mga training sana dili na sila na design nga para ikuman-kuman ra man kadiha, no. Let's say yung mga drills nga left face, right face, about face, na wisdom ana.
Yes,
for you
yes.
to follow. And that when you follow, you're disciplining yourself, even if it's against yourself, but as long as you follow, then maanad na kadiya. Because everyone, especially the youth, first thing that you should learn is to learn how to follow.
Yeah.
Because later on, you will be a leader also. It's your time to be a leader. If you know how to follow, you know how to lead these people and how they will follow you. Kana may significance din, aside from that, the discipline and patriotism sa ato mga youth. Not necessarily in times of war. But of course, pareha ng kuan. Although they have different environment and situation there in Israel, everyone is mandated to have this military service. The women should have 2 year service, active service, and the men should have 3 years active service. So that's why during the mobilization, karon, immediately, Israel was able to mobilize more than 300,000 reservists.
So para nimo General kinahanglan nga mabalik ngadto sa mga batan-on ang Citizens Army Training o kaning Reserve Officers Training, ROTC.
Yeah, like what I have said, it is very significant in molding our youth, no, as far as leadership is concerned, discipline is concerned, and dapat patriotic yun ta sa atong gobyerno, no? It's everyone's responsibility.
Nino to imong giingon General nga sa imuhang pag-follow anha mag-gauge sa ang imuhang capacity to lead. But it seems now nga ang uban nga naa sa gobyerno dili gusto nga mo follow. So bisan unsa nga mga
to be a good leader, you should be first to be a good follower. You follow accordingly ha.
But there are some nga murag dili na ganahan nga mo follow kay gustong ang ilaha mo ay matuman.
That's a different story already.
Okay. So hinaot pa unta nga with this controversy karon hounding the MCWD, dunay mo follow, dunay maminaw og mo follow og unsay order, and ilahabang tuhuan ang kamanduan ni Cebu City Mayor Mike Rama, and hopefully we could achieve a solution for the betterment of the Cebuanos.
Yeah, actually, it's how you, like what I have said a while ago, if you leadership starts from yourself. Now, as far as that leadership is concerned, if it is inclusive enough to consider everyone's views, especially looking on their welfare and everything, considering their views or recommendations, and also just like always getting the consensus, so that wherever you are, if you are at the higher level up to the lowest level, you feel that you're part of the team, you are being considered. I don't see any reason that that harmony within that organization could not be established. Ora na, pag naana siya diha, ang mga programs, musunod na lang na sila.
Yeah. Sir, imuhang mensahe and parting statements para sa ato ang mga kasubuanon nga nagtan-aw din hiron sa ato ang programang Pagtuki, Pagsusi ug Pagsuta.
Well, sa atong mga constituents, no, sa diri sa Cebu, especially ka ng mga clients or consumers, MCWD, hope we can live with that expectation that we will make MCWD more responsive to the needs, no? Anong water is life. So as much as possible, we'll do something on how to make it available continuously and safely, safe water, no? And atong akong gi-mention ganihang we would when it's settled there, we would like to reach out those marginalized communities that do not have access to water.
Okay. Thank you so much, General Mel Feliciano, for being with us today.
Thank you also, Vilma, and thank you everyone.
So mga kasugbo, sa bisan unsa nga mga isyu, sa bisan unsa nga mga pagpakabana nga kinahanglan natong sa gubangon, kinahanglan dinhi ang pagtuki, pagsusi ug pagsuta. Mayong udto.
Matag isyu, mga kasayuran, mga pagduda, mga kabalaka, ug mga chismis. Kinahanglan ang pagtuki, pagsusi ug pagsuta. Sa matag isyu, mga kasay